This is the main house. We're redoing the siding from the old white siding from the 1970s to the new wood. It's a rough cut lumber with poplar. It looks pretty cool, and we're leaving it to go natural to go gray. So hopefully the rest of the house will be done by next summer, and the windows being replaced. It looks fantastic. This is our side yard. Some of the wedding ceremonies are held here depending. Has more shade in the afternoon if we're worried about the heat. Cute little sitting area with a little fairy village amongst the trees. And then we have our tree house, which seems to be a fantastic backdrop for lots of people. It's very cute. Has a little loft on top or whatever. Cute stairways with the tree used to make it as the railing. Seems to be a big hit. We've also draped material amongst these trees and draped it down so it makes a nice effect. And you can see in the back left-hand corner there's a little red roof. That's one of the guest cabins, the log cabins. So usually the girls stay in the first one and then they come out and they cross over this little bridge for the ceremony. Cute little sitting area. We also have a willow arbor that you're more than welcome to use. Drape materials and flowers and whatever else you want. We have lots of naturally growing hops here, so we've used that lots for different things. Around this little corner here, we have another little sitting area. Makes great for little backdrops for photos and different things like that. We do, and this is part of our property. It's all cut and cleared. We do have a pool. I guess guests are welcome to use it. That's all depends up to you or whatever. But my plan next year is to put some raised beds and vertical beds in front of it so that it's just not completely there. It hides it a little bit. This is the front of our house. So when you come from the main front of the house, there's a little gravel driveway that comes right back past the house and the sitting area. And that's our fields, and in far behind is the horse pasture. We have a fire pit that guests are more than welcome to use. The s'mores bar seems to be really handy. And around the corner here, I don't know if you can see it so well, we do have a tent pad that's created just to do tent weddings. And it works out really, really nice with a nice green pasture. So we've had some guests. The last wedding did a ceremony here in this field with the mountains as the backdrop, and it worked pretty cool. Kind of like it. So lots and lots and lots of space. We have our collection of animals, so my cat always seems to be around. We're hoping next year that in behind here where you see all the trees, we want to build little trails, little nookie areas in amongst the little poplar trees. To go along, there's a little creek in behind it. Usually runs pretty good from the beaver pond. With little chairs and stuff like that, so that it's kind of a cute little setting. Of course, we have hiking trails. The guests wanted to take a walk. In past the corner here, there is a trail that goes up along the edge of the mountainside, and it kind of loops and comes back. So it's about a 20-minute walk, but it's a nice thing for guests if they want to do it, especially while you guys are taking pictures. Most of the time what we do, this back area too has been used, and I'm hoping it's not too dark because it looks dark on my phone, so I apologize. That's another area too that you can use for sitting, for doing the wedding ceremony if you want it per se outside type of idea. So there's that type of idea. Lots of the guests, especially the ladies, really like the horses in the background, and of course you probably can't see them from here. So we kind of bribe the horses. We put them there, and I put a bale of hay out so that they're in your pictures, but a lot of the guests do that. And I don't know if you can see this coming, but these are my free-range chickens coming up. So hopefully I still have them, no guarantee, but these ladies are pretty friendly and pretty fun. And they love guests and they love to be petted, which is pretty awesome. We have some other sitting areas. So if you'll see from the pictures, usually we do appetizers and drinks outside on the lawn. Some guests play games. I have a little badminton net or whatever. And there's a couple other little things that I like to steal off Pinterest and to do. So that's not a problem. So we've cleared this way. So the pictures of the horse fencing is in the background because that always seems to make a nice backdrop. And then we can call and see, make sure get the horses in there. Hey, handsome. Hello, Dream. So I don't know if you can see them, but there's my big babies, my big fur babies. I guess you can only see two. There's 3 of them in there somewhere. We have a sauna. That very far building in the back just behind the fencing is a traditional sauna, and it's got a little deck on it, and then it also looks out onto a pond. Unfortunately, beaver ponds, no lakes here, but it makes a nice backdrop. And then my barn, which we're still siding and working on, but it makes a nice drop. And I guess I will pause it for a second, and then I will kind of go through the log cabin for you. And then if you have any questions, or if there's any particular things you guys want to know, just let me know, okay? Leo? Psst, psst, psst. What are you doing, Brat? Handsome kitty. Hey? The little white cottage is our private cottage. We use that for personal use for when family and friends come in from out of town. And the basement is usually where I house the dogs during events. And it used to be where I used to have the teenagers hang out as we were having guests and stuff like that, so they could still have their fun. This is a side view of the treehouse because it has a little deck in the front. So it's been used as a backdrop for photographs too. So it's off the bridge that's going to the log cabins. Everybody's in love our treehouse. I love our treehouse. It's really cool. It's got a little loft up on top that you can sleep in it. That holds a queen size futon mattress on it. It's pretty funky. I'll show you in a bit. So we're big fans of nature, and so we try to keep things as natural as possible, and we try to pull in nature as it goes. But this is one of the guest cabins. I have 2 log cabins like this. It's pretty fun. And so there's electricity and hot water in them, but there's just no electronics, no radio or television. So this is the cabin. It's not exactly set and ready to go for guests. I haven't finished sorting it out, but you'll see that there is a queen size bed, futon that folds into a double, cute little bathroom with a jacuzzi bathtub. Very, very nice. In the winter time, it's heated by the little Scandinavian stove there. So it makes it really nice. Makes a really nice winter retreat. They come with a Keurig coffee machine in there, so that's not a problem for those who need their coffee first thing in the morning. So you can see this is from the doorway of the cabin. You're kind of put away from everybody, so you have your privacy, which is really nice. Fall colors are starting, so it's pretty funky. There's a little deck off of the cabins too, with a patio door, so if you want to sit outside, you're more than welcome to. That little shed is just my wood shed for the cabins. And so the other cabin is just in behind on another trail down yonder. And it's just kind of tucked off to the behind. So you're not in the way of everybody, but it kind of gives you some privacy that way. I'll go back down the little trail here. This is the trail from the cabins that goes back to the main house. You can see Leo the cat likes to be in pictures. He's a crazy cat. But I know you're a cat lover, so that should be no problem. Alrighty. So that should be full of flowers. It makes a nice backdrop. There's beautiful purple flowers that show up in here, and then I'm hoping to transplant more flowers, more natural ones, native ones to go back in to brighten up that area. And this is heading up to the steps to the little tree house, our little bench, which is great because you just sit across, you can read a book, da 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 da. Nice little bird feeder over the little creek that we have. So usually that's full of chickadees or finches depending on the season. And here, our infamous little tree house that we really like. So I don't know if this is going to do much justice, but it's got a little table and chairs, and there's a ladder that goes upstairs, and there's a little bed set up there, which is pretty cute, with a little mosquito net or whatever, but it's fully insulated and stuff like that too, so it's kind of cute. But like I said, lots of people like this one because it makes a great backdrop. And that's what I can say. That's my place. Oh, the clothesline will go down if you're looking for that. But we're open to whatever you guys want to do. Pretty open. We usually, like I said, we usually like to use a lot of our natural surrounding for decorations and stuff like that. But I love my piece of property. I think it's pretty cool. Lots of places to sit and enjoy. Another little Pinterest project. So this is the Fairy House Village that was always building, and I'm fighting with the cats and the dogs and the chickens to stay out of it. A little tic-tac-toe set. Wooden benches Marcus has built. So this is one of my favorite areas. And at night it kind of lights up a little bit with some fairy lights, some solar lights. So we have lots of space. We've even had guests who've have pulled in campers and trailers to do the overnight thing. So we have no problem with that. That's an option too. So I think the last one we made a tent area, and they just parked a few trailers and stuff like that around here. So this is the parking lot, and behind there is the barn. Behind the trees is the barn and the path to the sauna. And that's my driveway. And that's it, darling. So let me know if you need anything else.